2, we're live. Hey folks, we made it to Friday. Hope you had a good week. It's felt like a long week and it's felt like a short week in some different ways. One of those kind of weeks. Hey, these are sell emotes, all the awesome emotes. I mean, how thick is the beard? Hey Jeffrey, I sell nudes and have multiple good newsies. Ooh. All the nudesies and all the newsies. I like the sound of that. I sell the most of Jeffrey's nudes. All good stuff. Ooh, is that the turtle? I like the turtle emote there, Lisa. I love the funky neon colours as well for a lot of those emotes. Found everything I couldn't find from the move. I now have everything back, including, most important, my first cat's food bowl that has all special guitar picks I caught from concerts. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I treasure things like that. Sort of, I have so many things that hold meaning that by themselves just might be considered junk. They're just little things, but they mean to me something to me. But some of them I'm going to have to determine which things hold the least meaning, because I can't keep everything I have, which is a shame. But that's unfortunately how it's going to have to go, because I have too many things, and they all have some meaning to me. Yeah. But yeah, especially guitar picks from concerts, because that's not only a memory of the concert, but catching a guitar pick means you've got something that belonged to the band. Whether it was actually played, or where I know sometimes guitarists will just flick their spare guitar picks without even using them to play, but still, that came from the band. So that's something quite unique. Oh, one of my favourite rapper streamers, Bill Saber, says I'm allowed to say the N-word. That's very cool of him. You've been given the pass. Yeah, it's one of those kind of things I sort of, as a white person, it's certainly not comfortable saying. But I suppose it's it's a claimed word, isn't it? It's claimed. His stream is so filled with it, both him and chat, that I'm 100% sure Twitch does not see it as bannable word. That's good. Now, as long as you're not using any words, this goes across Twitch generally, but as long as you're not using any words to discriminate or target people, then they should be fine. But then it's hard for like an algorithm bot based system to go, well, how do we know that this word's being used in the correct context? How do we know? Because it can be used negatively. How do we know it isn't being used negatively? So it becomes difficult. But then Twitch does allow you to turn auto moderation off. And say, well, I want full control of my chat. I don't want Twitch involved in banning anything. Whether individual comments can still get reported, I suppose. But again, you would be within the context. So that's what makes online spaces very hard to auto-moderate, because humans have a nifty way of applying context where it's very hard for bots to read. And there's no automated way around it, unless you have things like ChatGPT being smart enough with language to go, well, this is written in a way that is negative, or this is written in a way that is positive, or this is neutral, or there's not enough context to discern the meaning of this. It depends how you actually do the err on the side of caution and go, well, because it can't detect the meaning and the context, does it have to assume it's bad just to make sure that only good stuff's there? There actually is a VOD of me playbacking it. I was afraid it was bannable, but it was during a break in Guitar Stream. I put it on some easy while relaxing next to until next song, and I was singing along with mic muted, but you can see my lips quite clearly along with the song. Oh, yeah. So someone could take offence to that, but they're not. Anyone who could see that with context and go, well, you're singing along to a song from a rapper using it legitimately within their kind of culture. And I think that should be fine, to be honest. Like, to call somebody a derogatory term is not okay. Singing along to a lyric shouldn't be an issue because you're kind of mimicking lyrics along with the actual rapper. Chat said there was something special about me in corpse paint with a guitar around my neck and beer in my hand, playbacking too easy. That's quite a unique situation. You don't tend to see that very often. But there's thankfully there's quite a few people out there that appreciate all forms of like subcultures and alternative cultures. Rather than go, well, this is purely what I'm into, everything else is not good. And unless you like it purely the way I like it, you don't like music. And gatekeeping in music is just ridiculous. The purists. It's fine if you're enjoying something in its pure form, but people are welcome to enjoy everything they like to enjoy. I'm certainly someone who really enjoys many genres of things, not just music, but sort of anything really. Including lo-fi. But everything has its context and its situation. Right, I'm going to switch over to the main screen. I've been thinking about my problem with this away from stream, which is usually a good thing to do with anything coding related. Now, I don't know for sure because I've not looked this up, but my problem on Wednesday was I was trying to store a game object from the current scene into a scriptable object. Now, scriptable objects persist across all scenes, so this will stay as it is no matter what scene I've loaded. Now, my theory is that I try to put an object from the scene into there, and that I can see being a problem because if the scene changes, that object doesn't exist and something's going to break. Unless I specifically say to persist that object across scenes, but then that becomes awkward anyway. So, to make life easier, I can change this to a text field and just have the name of the rock and not the actual mesh of the rock. But that's what we're going to go with here. So I'm actually picking out the rock name at this point, and at this point here as well. So I don't even need the actual object. I only need to know what it's called. So we change this to string, and then name that current rock name, just to make life easier. Current rock name, current rock name, current rock name. Not sure why that's current SFX is not. Oh, because I was trying to debug it, but this is my theory. This is my theory, at least. Right, I'm hoping this weekend is looking clear for doing some more work on the art project. Next weekend is not, but this weekend is looking clear. So I'm going to check with Nix as to what timings are going to be, and then I should be available to do some work. Change this to a string. Epic, epic indeed. But yeah, welcome everyone to the stream, by the way. I try to remember to say that because I am generally appreciate everyone who drops by. Hope everyone's had a good week. Among the things I found was also half of my comics manga that I didn't have yet, including manga version of Karl Marx Das Kapital, the groundwork of communism. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, still need to look at my CDs, by the way, for Excision. Which I'm not a fan of, but it's fun to have the manga adaptation. Yeah, these kind of things are... It's interesting information. I don't necessarily have to follow or subscribe to a certain ideal in order to read about something. Hey Max, how's it going, dude? Good evening. Apologies for not being able to pick up the phone to you, dude. So I keep checking my phone and I see I've missed a call from you. And I'm hopeless. I'm absolutely hopeless at messaging people. I actually messaged someone back from earlier in the week today. I'm so far behind with everything. But I hope you've been well, dude. And I do apologise. I can understand it being frustrating. But hopefully soon I will catch up with life. So many things I'm behind on. Yeah, good evening all. Good evening indeed. It's good to see you again, Max. Let's make sure this is setting correctly. Current rock.name. There's a few things on hold generally at the moment that I think once they are no longer on hold and there's things happening, I think I would be happy. It's uncertainties I don't like. It's uncertainties like once you know the status of something and there is a progression and there's an end point to go, well, this is when we will progress to this stage. You go, I can rest now, I can not have to worry about a thing. One of the things, as a few of you might know, is Nix's car is still not fixed. That's way over a month since that's been a thing. And to that end as well, Nix isn't still fixed yet. So we need to fix Nix and fix Nix's car. There's lots of Nixes, fixes and Nixes. I think once those two things have been fixed. Yeah, so hopefully next week we'll at least have a consultation. We have to talk about it, do all the talking, and then once the talking is done, hopefully the choppy. And poor Nix's knee as well. But the knee's fixing. The knee's fixing itself slowly. Got a swollen knee after the kneecap was kind of knocked out with a piece of wood. Not pleasant. But they're on the mend. Ever had surgery? Not really. Like the closest thing I've ever had to surgery was having my lower right wisdom tooth out, and that was only like a local anaesthetic, like just a bit of injection to numb the area, and yeah, that's probably the worst I've had, because the tooth was at such an angle that it couldn't be pulled traditionally. They had to kind of break it up into tiny pieces and remove each part of the tooth separately. Never had big one tonsils when I was 4, barely remember that. Oh, that's okay. Biggest kind of thing was wisdom teeth. Yeah, same. One of mine broke. Ooh. Yeah, I bet that was uncomfortable. Yeah, this tooth was almost growing forward. I had to drill to get all the pieces. Yeah, it's exactly what I heard, Lisa. Yeah, they basically just like just smashed it to pieces with the drill. It was half an hour with my mouth open. Like in America, they put people to sleep for that, don't they? Just knock you out and just go crazy on you. In the UK, now we just numb this area, and had like the paper napkin thing over my head, and blood came through it. Oh no! Now I don't think I had a lot of blood. But then they have the little vacuum tubey thing sucking everything up. So the nurse with the vacuum tubey thing probably did quite a good job of sucking it all up if there was something. But no, that's the worst thing I've had. And because it was so awkward, they had to actually do an incision into the gum so they could actually get right into it. So they had to stitch up my gum again after they pulled out everything. So that's the only time I've had stitches. Never had stitches before, apart from 1 or 2, just to put my gum back together after taking the tooth out. So I've been very lucky. I've never had to have surgery. I've never broken a bone, never had to sort of have anything fixed. So I'm very lucky. I know some people are on the other scale of that and constantly having to have things. It was not a nice experience. Luckily, it was my SMRI last night. Needed to be pulled. The other 2 were 2 weeks earlier. Went alright. Oh, that's good to hear. Even went driving right after surgery. But totally feel you. No bad it can get. It's horrible. I think I may have broken my finger last year Ooh, wow. Yeah, it comes to medical stuff. I've been lucky so far. Hope it continues. Yeah, hope everyone stays well, especially you, Max. I know you're on the slightly unlucky end of things regarding medical stuff. Ever since it wasn't hurting anymore, it's still more crooked than my other fingers. Oh no, Lisa. Have you refused to see doctors back then? I still refuse to see doctors. Now, that's partially because I've never been helped. Well, tell lie. I've only been helped by one doctor. Every other doctor I've seen about any problem, being in the UK as well, haven't really had any help. Is that, yeah, what? Like, I don't think you need to have any medical help. Just go off and sort yourself out. Like, cool. Thank you, doctor. So part of it is that being a man, typically men don't like to see doctors anyway, and trying to tough it out. And secondly, a doctor's never really helped me apart from one doctor saying, you know what, I reckon I can help you with your weight. So, you know what, that's actually a good doctor. A doctor that said to me, I know you're struggling, I know you want to lose some weight, here's what I'm going to help you. I didn't have real bad experiences, but I just don't like it. Oh no, no one really likes to be poked and prodded and things stuck into them. I also didn't find necessary. No. The thing is, these days a doctor's not going to do a great deal, unless you generally have a thing that you can't handle yourself. Like, it requires to have a procedure or a medication that isn't something you can fix personally. Like, if it's like you need a medication that only the doctors can give you, then you have to see the doctor. There's no way around it. Or if you need to have a surgery or procedure or something that you can't just deal with. That's. But yeah, every time I've gone to a doctor, you know what, I'm not happy about something, I'm going to see the doctor, and they're like, yeah, I don't know why you come here. And, oh, fine. I should not come back then. Which is bad in some ways, because if I do get something that is a real problem, I'm going to think, well, doctors didn't help me last time, so why go back even if this is like really serious? But I'm not sure if that's just like a UK thing, being that sort of our health service is a little bit lacking in places. Then I don't know if doctors generally sort of can be dismissive. I know there's certainly doctors in the UK can be, if you find a good doctor in the UK, that can be really helpful. But it's all really down to if they had personal experience or personal knowledge of what you're dealing with, then maybe they're helpful. Dog walk time. Be right back. Be right back. Ozzy wants his food. Okie dokie. Walk the dogs. Feed the Dark Lord. And I'll also see you both shortly. And now I shall actually do some coding. Right, so I think I sorted both of those. So get comb rock, I'm not using right now, and nor get current SFX. So these aren't actually anywhere else. So I'm going to save that, give the game a quick test. And that's not being shown. Rock attributes, cool. Let's save that. So things I still need to do. Oh yeah, I was going to put like a medal system into this as well, wasn't I? Let's try and do that. Turn the music off. Yay, rock stones, no projectiles. So that's happy with a name. Okay, so... Oh, excuse me. Had some pomegranates as a little snack, and it's giving me a gas. Right, so that's okay there. So sound effects. So rather than having rock hit sound effects in here, I can probably drag in the rock attribute, and that will then pull the sound effects. So it's got sound volume in there already. So change. Let's change sound effects script. Sound effects. So rather than rock here, it's... Well, actually, we'll add it in and we can do a swap. We do a nice clean swap. So we're going to do rock attributes. Rock attributes. So we could pull that in. Let's make this a private. And remove that there. So that equals rock attributes dot get count SFX. And we drag the rock attribute into there. So that means whatever we set the rock as, it will pull it from the rock attributes. Let's double check that code would work. Rock attributes. Get count as FSX. We'll set it and then return it. Cool. Right. Let's try running it like this. And then I might have to quickly find another sound effect just to make sure it works. Well, that seems to work. What's the red text saying? Cannot be null. Something cannot be null. What is the nulls? Game value is fine. Let's have a look. I wonder if I've got something linked up here. So options, loop, rock hit. Let's have a look at the options menu script. So I feel there's probably something here it's not happy with. Sound effect, rock hit. Yeah, maybe then, so... But then I am setting it there anyway. So even if I've not selected a rock, it should always choose the rock as its... Let's just comment that out for a sec. Hit play. So interestingly, it's playing that sound even though that's commented out. So where does that rock... play sound effect. So what's actually playing that sound then? What's playing the sound effect? Because how is it playing the sound of the rock when that is the only thing that should... I am confused. So that played the sound of the sound effect. So what's actually playing that then? I always thought that was playing that. So the only thing that plays it is when the rock hits that or when you move the slider. Now let's play that again. And we'll move this volume slider. No, so the only two places that it should be playing that sound is not playing it because it's playing from the same source. So what's playing it when it starts up? I am much confused. So rock doesn't have anything. It's got the attributes in there, which it sends the name of the selected rock into. Ah, play on wake. That's probably it then. Ah, cool. Don't know how I missed that one. Let's go to you prefabs, audio prefab. So we want that. We want the music to play on wake. We don't want the sound effects to play on wake. It was probably play on wake, but it didn't actually have anything in there, and I've saved it when that's been loaded, possibly. That's probably what it is. Save that. Let's go to the other scene. Level 2. Sound effects. See, it's not play on wake there. Cool. Okay. What about main menu? Not play on wake. Awesome. Just what we like. Okay, let's go back to level 1. So get current SFX. Should be returning a audio clip. SFX name. Let's do that. See if it actually returns a null. Let's go to console open. Make sure that's saved. Okay, so that is loading a let's see what happens now. Seems to be fine. Don't feel I've changed anything. Fair enough. Actually, take that off because we know that's doing a thing. We're happy about the thing. It's fine. So a quick drink. Still need to do the little mutey thing. I want to have it like a little mute icon underneath my my webcam. Every time I mute my mic, although I am pretty good at unmuting my mic. At one stage I wasn't. So it'd be nice to just have a little mutey thing to go, "You're muted." Oh yeah, thank you. Next thing, we want different sounds. So let's have a look at our projectiles. So we got a rock. We got a nice rock sound. We want like the sound of a crate breaking, don't we? So we want like a wooden crate. Maybe I have sound effects. I do have a lot of sound effects already here. That's audio assets. Music, explosions, Foley, prop sounds, Foley infantry sounds. Guns, harvesting, heavy electronic music, horror. Bot or offensive? Bot is always a bot. There hasn't really been anything offensive in my chat for a very, very long time. Like before Glimish. It's the last time I had anything offensive. I can be offensive here if you want. Nah, I think we're covered, it's fine. Cameras, cable, containers, keys, instrument, kitchen. France. Saying the French are offensive. Oh, this could be useful. Shadow Wolf is playing Lego games. Oh, nice. I haven't played a Lego game for ages. Like, one of the main things about my channel is I play Lego games, and I have not played them for over a year. But then there hasn't been there's been a couple of new Lego games out, but nothing that is as good as the Traveller's Tales Adventures. And I completed their more recent one. Although saying that, Lego Horizons, has that been released yet, or really been released soon? That looks pretty cool though. I've never played. I own a copy of Horizons on PS4. And I'm not sure if I should play that first before playing the Lego version, because I think I probably miss things that if I played it and then played the Lego one, I go, oh, that's this bit. Kind of like playing Lego Star Wars without watching any movies. Some of the context is lost. So I feel I should probably play Horizons first and then play Lego Horizons. But it looks very cool. Like typical Lego. But I saw something some news recently actually with Lego that they're looking to start up their own game studio. So far they've been licensing the brand out, mainly to Traveller's Tales, which lost the exclusive license, which allowed many other game studios to start making Lego games. Unfortunately, 2K had got hold of a license and made 2K Racing full of microtransactions. So no, I just want a game with all the cars. I don't want to have to buy extra cars just to get the full game. It's a Lego game. You're supposed to enjoy it, not. Although saying that, Lego Star Wars allowed you to buy extra character packs, but they're just they don't really add to the game. They're just kind of fun extras. Which I suppose you can do that with cars, but when the cars are so unique, it makes them kind of a bit more fun. But at least the packs with Lego you can get in bundles for Lego Star Wars. Tool impacts movement. Metal grinder. Ooh. What does that sound like? That didn't really sound like a metal grinder, to be honest. Closer. Sounds more like a vacuum, but... But yeah, sure, check out Shadow Wolf. Actually, might get his stream open in the background. Give him a lurk while I'm streaming. You're alive! Oh, thank you, Twitch. I did not know. I suppose I could be live and not know it. That'd be quite concerning. Oh, there's pretty cool people live right now. Oh, Lego Hobbit he's playing. Nice. I've heard Lego Hobbit was never finished. Like there was more chapters and they just never finished making it. Oh, Dan's live. Tiger's live. Queenie. So if I didn't stream, there's so many people I would be watching right now. Oh, Vida's live as well, I didn't know. Pro singer. I've been following Vida for a long time. She's a vocalist. Did a lot of like drum and bass vocals, but now she's gone into more like punky rock. Very cool. Leon Barat, he's a good guitarist. Oh, Mad Max has gone live. Little Sheer. Retro's live. I met Retro in real life. She organised a meetup for Mixer. People that sort of... the community of like people that streamed on Mixer in the UK. She organised and loads of us went to Birmingham. We went to this gaming bar. Lots of arcade machines and like cool cocktails and drinks. And we all hung out to play games together. Really cool. And she had another one organised and then they shut the site down. So, okay. Yeah, there's a few big names as well. There's DJ Blue. DJ Blue's cool. Yeah, let's get a Shadow Wolf stream open. Oh, he's got dog cam as well. That's awesome. Cool. I shall leave his stream open. Yeah, I've never watched the Hobbit movies, so I feel I need to watch the Hobbit movie in order to fully enjoy the Hobbit Lego game. Same principle as Lego Horizon. Like, I don't want to play a game of a thing that I've not actually witnessed. Yesterday during Wind Waker, I showed my Wind Waker plushie on stream. Oh, nice. I have to probably go back and start watching some of your VODs. Donya came walking, grabbed it from me, took it off. Ah. He goes, nope, this is mine. Disabled VODs. Ah. Yeah, that's fair. You can listen to whatever you like them. Also, nope. Do not watch the Hobbit movies. No, I had no intention of watching Hobbit movies, but I feel if I'm going to play Lego Hobbit, I need to at least understand the story. But I have no intention of doing either right now. I own the Lego Hobbit. Never played it. There's quite a few Lego games I've not played. I intended to play all the Lego games on stream to completion. Not necessarily 100%, but at least to completion. I boycott because they mistreated horses a lot and just left them to starve because they didn't bother with their teeth. Oh, so compared to the books. Yeah, that's really disappointing and quite disgusting. Now, if you're going to use animals in any kind of media, then they should be fully respected. I know there's some big things in the UK cause, at the moment, because we still have horse racing, and every time this time of the year comes around, the horse racing starts up. People protest and remind that the horses that are in the races do not get looked after as well as they should do. And many of them do have life-threatening injuries from people just wanting to see them race. That surprises me, since there's a lot of money depending on those horses, so I guess they'll keep in good shape as possible. Yeah, that is back. Welcome back. Yeah, a lot of money goes into that. A horse is not cheap. But I suppose if it's seen as a commodity, it's not looked after as a horse necessarily. It's looked after as a money maker, and if it's going to cost more money than it is going to make, then they don't see that as a good investment. Sell emotes, all those awesome emotes. Don't get me wrong, so the horses are looked after, but they the whole process of racing is a huge stress on the horse, and unfortunately, pretty much every time there's a big race, there's at least one casualty. I don't have it here, but gambling culture isn't as big as UK now. Yeah, UK gambling is massive. You're a red coat to gamble on anything we do. Like, if there's a thing that could go, a chance could go either way, people will put money on it. Like, we have like betting shops all over the place. Like, within walking distance quite often. Like you'd have a convenience store where you can buy your bread and milk, and then next door would be like a betting shop. You go, yep, just go bread, milk, cheese, place a bet on the dog. Good. Yeah, football games get gambled. Anything where there's a score or a chance of an outcome. Like I don't gamble on any sports, but me personally, no. No, the only thing I really gamble is the lottery. That's about as much as I gamble. So, but yeah, I don't know enough of any sports to go, you know what, I've got a really good feeling that this will be the outcome, to the point that I will put money on it. Same, every Christmas I get a lottery ticket for my parents. I've never gambled. I've considered gambling on WWE though. Ooh. So WWE will be an interesting one because the outcomes are supposed to be kind of determined. So it all really depends on how you feel it's going to go, not necessarily on how well the wrestlers are. Did do lottery tickets, but that's a little different, yeah. Yeah, I know friends that sort of follow sports so closely that they can go, well, I can see a pattern, I know how well the sports people are, I know how well they've been doing. Based on performances and previous results, they have a feeling that this is likely to be the outcome. And they will put money on there. You can do it by hunch. You go, sort of, yeah, I reckon this will happen. Like, so I have betted on dogs before. Like there was a friend's stag do, like bachelor party, and we went to the dog racing in Birmingham. They don't have it anymore. They shut it down. But there's a dog racing in Birmingham, and you get to sit in like this. We sat in like the restaurant. Like the restaurant is high up, and you've got windows that look out across the dogs. So we sat there, had some food, had some drink, and the waitress and the waiters would come around and ask if you would like to place any bets, so you don't even have to leave your seat. They go, any bets on this table, and you can put your bet in, and they take the bet from you, take the money, and if you win anything, they bring the money to you. Because it's kind of like almost like a VIP treatment in there. You can be out right next to the fence watching the dogs, and you would have to go to like the little window and tell the person inside that you want to place a bet. But because we were in the restaurant area, so yeah, I placed a couple of bets there. I mostly that I can't really guess which of these dogs is going to win, so I'm not going to place too many bets. Place a couple of bets just for the fun of it and go, well, let's see if I get anything. But I remember one of the guys we were with, I think it might have even been the Bachelor himself. His method of picking a dog was watching the handlers with the dogs. Because handlers walking the dogs around just get some like gentle exercise before they get them to go for a run. And some of the dogs were sort of going to the toilet, sort of while they're having this little walk. So he would place a bet on any dog that stopped for the toilet before the race started, because in his theory is that the dog was very slightly lighter and would run faster. And the results were mixed. It wasn't really a foolproof system, but I could see his logic. That dog has less things in him. Maybe he's more comfortable maybe it runs faster. Some weird sounds. Grating. Just going through some sound effects here. We've got glass shatter. Yeah, that's more like a tiny thing. That probably needs to be pitched down a little bit, but that could be if I hit any of the windows. Just put that in there. These are all very small sounds. Ah. Yeah, it's more of a creak. Don't want a creaky wood, I want like a wood being hit. Ah, just seen one here. Wooden crate. The impact sound is okay, but I kind of want like the sound of wood being like the sound of like dropping pieces of wood, like kind of like a shattering sound. I might have to look online if this, because I've got quite a few pretty cool sound effects in my library here. We do have spray paint. That's I was thinking at one stage for my stream, because I'm going for like the graffiti kind of thing, is actually animating a spray can for like pop-up alerts and stuff, which I can do in Blender now, I suppose. And just have a little spray can thing come up. Okay, so maybe that doesn't help us. Sports infantry. What infantry sounds? Because I got lots of different sound effects I got from a pack. So hopefully one of these can be useful. Crafting. So basically sound of a saw, isn't it? Yeah, that's your typical, you're making something out of wood. Brewing a potion sound. That could be useful for my next game, actually. There could be potions in that. Dropping sounds. What's this? Dropping wood. I like that one. If I pitch it down a little bit, it might sound a bit more might sound a bit more useful for what we need. Let's drag that into there. And let's go back to scripts. I think 2, 3 and 4 are wooden. Hey, all those cool pandas. Let's save on that. Let's see if this works. So we have the sound of the rock. Now this is the thing. I need to have a different pitch range for different sounds, I think. Because that's way too high pitch for a wooden crate. That's better. Plus the volume on it is vastly different, so I might have to edit it and drop it in. Because yeah, the pitch on that's a bit too high. Unless I store pitch ranges as well. Because wherever that pitch was. So that was 0.4. So 0.4 sounds a lot better. Even 0.6 isn't too bad. But anything, yeah, 1.7 is way too high pitch for the wood. So I think I need to pitch it down manually outside of Unity, re-import it, and that means the pitch range will still work. Because yeah, 0.66 sounded okay, but 0.9 definitely too high. Because the sound of the rock is already quite a lower pitch anyway. What are we missing? Oh, that's not even better. That was 0.25. So yeah, I definitely need to pitch down the source file. Where am I missing? Ah, top corner. And the only thing as well, because I'm using the same sound effect, player, same audio player, for the sound of the rock as well as the sound of the rumble, then it cuts off the sound of the last rock that hits. Which isn't major, but it could be a bit annoying. How long has Nick's been in pain now? For with the appendix, at least 4 years, 4.5 years. For the knee, sort of only a couple of weeks. But the unfortunate thing is, especially in the UK, that sort of a woman is perceived, sort of doctors will look at a woman, and if they have stomach pain, it's because they're a woman. So even if it might be appendix, it's because they're a woman. So it's taking a lot of arguing with doctors to go, no, it's the appendix. They go, okay, yeah, sure. That's insane, yeah. A still health curve, yeah. I think if it got to the point where there was like a medical emergency, you can say, well, the only reason I had this emergency is because everybody said it was just woman pains. But unfortunately, I don't think there's much you can do about just leaving someone in pain, unless it's caused dramatic, measurable distress. So it'd be like, well, how can you measure the distress that this last 4 or 5 years has caused? It's going to be very hard. It's not that it's not true, but it's going to be very hard to go, well, here's verifiable evidence that it's caused this much distress. But yeah, I'm definitely there with you on that one. But if, say, the appendix burst and caused a major issue, then that is strict evidence to go, well, you have caused something here. I would also. So it's unfortunate, but yeah, certainly be taking names down of people responsible. Right. So I've made the system for different sounds, so I just need to put different sounds in there. We'll move on from that. What I would like to do is move these two down a little. Not too much, just a little though. But yeah, hopefully next week. Well, I say hopefully. It's gonna be pretty direct with what we expect. Go in there, say, right, it's not a debate, it's not a question. It's not, well, is there anything we can do instead? It's going to be, how soon can you sort this? Because we've had all the other things before that now. We've had all the, is it something else? What else can we look at? Maybe it's not as bad as you think it is. We've done all those things. So it's now the, right, we're not leaving this office until we have a date booked in to do it now. If we get to the point they have to manhandle us out of the building, then so be it. Alright, so I'm happy with that. We've got a different sound system in place. I'm thinking maybe, oh excuse me, the maybe I set up the medal system. Good. Want to do the medal system. What's the other things? Oh, we need to do the unlock objects as well for each of the projectiles. So we do have the, where is it? Time holder. Did I make it a prefab? I'm sure I did. Let's go back to scenes, level 2. Barrel holder, I did not. Oh, okay. Let's make that into a prefab. Lock status. Cool. So I can just drag that into any level. It doesn't have to be there. We want a crate holder. Let's duplicate that. And we will unpack. Rename that. That's a crate. Let's create. Yeah, crate holder. Now Bell's scripts. So we need to have a Bell holder script. Now, can I make this more universal? So let's have a look at the Bell holder script. Because this doesn't really have to be about barrels at this point. So I could make a generic script. And I could even just have it do the child's check and just kind of do a loop. I don't necessarily want to have to do extra processing. So you have to loop for everything, every frame. Unless each barrel has the parent in it, in which case it's updating the status in the parent, and then the parent does something. Might be better. So it's got a tips there. So rather than reading them all, it could just then, because it's constantly checking anyway. Okay. Let's go public game object. Let's call this group holder. And what I'll do, I'll kind of just copy this code into a generic sense. And rather than be I can call it, leave it as B. Not very descriptive though. Let's call it trigger. B trigger? No. Trigger object. Well, let's just save that. I shall also unpack that, and I'll delete the prefab I made. Because I want to make this generic now. still keep it named like this, but I want the code to be generic. So rather than having each of the barrels in here, it'll just have a, I suppose it's just the unlock status, isn't it? Projectile unlocked, projectile false. Oh yeah, so the status. Status not true. So that's only for me to look at. Hi, what you working on? Hey Lorenzo, how's it going? Ooh, another game dev. I'm working on a quote-unquote silly little game, which is kind of progressed onto a more serious type game. But it's a game in Unity. I'm specifically right now I'm working on a set of trigger objects. In the wider scope of things, we have a trebuchet. We have buildings, we have projectiles. The buildings need to be hit a certain amount of times, and then they will fall over. Make a pirate boat level, that would be cool. I do have a pirate boat asset I can use. But yeah, simple, on the simple principle, throw things at building, building falls down, next level. But I have a number of things you can throw, barrels being one of them, but the barrel option is not available until you hit the barrels with something else. Like if you have a rock, you throw the rock at the barrels topple over, you then unlock the ability to then throw barrels. So I'm working on that particular part right now. There's my stream deck. Everything was sitting on a bed. The edges become quite precarious. But yeah, I like that idea, pirate. So would you be on the shore, you reckon, Jeffrey? Throwing it at the boat? Or actually on the boat, firing from the shore? Like from the boat onto the shore? In which case you could probably have a cannon that you're firing. Make it pirate firing thing, because the principle would be the same. Aim it, fire it. Just need to have a cannon asset. I might have a cannon asset somewhere. But yeah, that's basically how it is, Lorenzo. What kind of stuff have you worked on? I see you're a game dev streamer. I'm going to make a generic code for this because I made a very specifically named piece of code for the barrels, but it's going to, I'm going to have multiple different things that are doing exactly the same like tasks, so I might as well make a generic version. Don't stream very often. Working on RTS. Oh, I love RTS. Never have a time to play any, along with most games, but used to be a massive, still am a massive fan of Command and Conquer. But I've not played that for a long time now. And I love Warcraft, especially Warcraft 3. But let's bring you up on the. Oh, is that a screenshot of your game in the on your colour banner? Warcraft 3 is very, very good. I absolutely love Warcraft 3. Like the humour, the art, the gameplay, everything about that game. Nice, I love the art style. Very cool. I can see you've streamed a few times in the past few weeks. Awesome. Looks like you've come a long way with that. Yeah, I love seeing like indie work on stuff. I've streamed a few times lately. Nice RTS favourite game genre. Yeah, you've mentioned before, haven't you? Sort of you love RTS. Nice. Well, I hope you get some time to work on it more soon because it looks fun. You've got like cute little creatures with shields and bows and all kinds of weapons. The cats, awesome. That's even better. Cats with weapons in an RTS. Well, you've already sold your game to me. Yeah, I have thought about doing an RTS at some stage. I've got a few ideas for different games, but this is my try making a game. This is my first game. I've done like different things like to test out functionality and stuff like doing like tutorials and like little things to go, oh, can I make a thing do this? Yeah, I can. Awesome. And for what? Let's try making a game. And this is the game. It started off as a silly old game, just throwing a rock at a building. Do not recommend making RTS. I can imagine the amount of RTS games that people have criticised for not quite getting it right. And this is from big devs. Someone working on a personal project as an RTS, I can imagine it being such a headache. But yeah, keep working on it though. Yeah, because I'd love to see that finished. But yeah, I think there's so many things to think about. I suppose you've got like the AI, the pathfinding, sort of the strategy, like what kind of strategy engine would you apply to the AI? Fog of War, yeah. I can imagine, yeah, sort of trying to reveal map generation. Yeah, I suppose you've so many things. And any maps that you make, if you actually make the map like as a design, then you have to make sure it's balanced and still fun, and you can still apply strategy. And if you have a procedurally generated map, how you have to make sure the generation of that applies equal and maneuverable areas, not just, well, there's a dead end. Luckily, making an offline game. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you have a whole extra complication with networking and multiplayer. Like, I would love to be able to, if I make a multiplayer game, it's going to be multiplayer in the same way as Animal Crossing. It's not going to be a combat multiplayer. Well, at least not a versus, not like a player versus player multiplayer. It'd be like a cooperative. And that way I don't have to worry about timings, lag and stuff, and because all those extra complicated stuff like, well, who hit who first, make sure that values update, and you go, well, who got the final shot, and then making sure all the units are in the same place on both clients. And Oh, thank you very much for that follow, Lorenzo. Much appreciate that. Then that message pops up because we have so many bots trying to sell this stuff. It's more focused on tactics and exploration. Oh, I love that. Like I used to spend like hours after sort of doing the main campaign in a lot of Command and Conquer and the Warcraft games. Just like exploring. You go, well, I just want to see what the map is. Like, stop shooting me. I want to see the map. You had them less than before, I feel. Oh yeah, like I could probably get rid of this. The bots I'm getting now is like buy more follows, buy more views bots, not art sales. So that's quite an obnoxious message that pops up, but you can imagine for how obnoxious that is, it's kind of related to how obnoxious the bots were. And yet they still didn't read it, so used to be horrible. Oh yeah. Now my chat rules say no commission bots. Like the banner says no. The bot in the chat says no. And yet sort of I still get them. So it's not people with eyes doing this, it's yeah. But I want to do a slight overhaul of the stream graphics soon anyway. Just kind of tweak it. My chat rules seem to work. Nice. Rarely have bots. That's cool. Yeah, I need to do some work. Those are things I need to do work on. What do you want changed? Just don't be a bit scared enough. True. I want to kind of rethink a few things. I love the graphic that you've done for me. Perfect. Not going to change that. Maybe this border. Maybe sort of improve the border a little bit. Maybe I definitely want to change my end stream graphic because I've got things on there that I don't want to point people towards anymore, and it looks a bit unreadable. As well as the my panels on Twitch. I want to redo those, make them look a bit nicer. So rather than bring the brand all together, but I still it's not going to look too different from this. I just want to like improve it a bit. So yeah, it's a few things like that, but it's not a major thing. I just want to make some improvements. If you follow me or watch me on YouTube, spend some time today updating my previous game dev videos. So I put a new new thumbnail on the entire series of my game dev videos. HD, in fact, HD thumbnail, and change the like the about text a little bit. So that took me about an hour just to go through my entire videos because I'm on 61 now. This is my 61st game dev video or stream that turns into videos. Bowel holder. Oh, thank you, Windows Defender. I'm glad there's no more. Yeah, it's cool. Looks good. Thank you very much. Oh, commenting from your cult step. Yeah, I was listening to some cult earlier today. Just had it in my head and go, you know what, let's play some tracks. Got me through the day at work. Had them on loop a little bit. Need to think of a name. Now I'm going to redo the thumbnails for Minecraft and Stardew, as they're the two additional series on YouTube that have the most videos at this point. So I'm going to redo those, and then I'll pick out different random streams I've done and improve the thumbnails for that. Did you check if you had Excision released for me? I did not. I need to, over the weekend when I got some time, because all my CDs are in the corner of the room and I have things in front of them. So I need to pull the things out, sort that corner out, and then get to the CDs. And yeah, the CDs are in the box, some CDs are on the shelf, but it's all behind things. So I need to pull all that and have a look. So I shall do that tomorrow. So what should we name these things? What should we name these things? So are these projectile trigger holder, I suppose? Projectile trigger holder. Let's make a script. Create C# projectile trigger holder. And we'll basically copy over the barrel script. Or barrel holder script, should I say. And remove the unnecessaries, which is in fact going to be most of it, to be honest. Don't need that. Oh, we're going to overwrite that anyway. So we don't actually need, because I'm going to change the direction of control. So rather than the holder controlling everything, the holder is just going to have a value. So projectile unlocked. Oh, excuse me. So I'm gonna, let's make a function in this. And go public public void set projectile unlocked. And transform, just the true will do us. At no point will I want to lock the projectile, so I'll just have that sets to true. And then status unlocked. Ah, so this is interesting then. So I'm going to have to determine which projectile it is. Do I set that in the... Do I set it on the individual level? It's better to set it on the holder, because the holder is going to be holding one thing at a time. So let's put another serialized field, private int. So as we do it by number, private int projectile number. I shall default that as 0. I suppose that doesn't even need to be public anyway, but we don't need all of that. Well, I'll grab this So some of it doesn't even need to update because it's a call. Once the call's made, it doesn't need to do anything else. And setting that true is only really for my benefit. So this does actually, because I'm already getting it looping on the individual objects. Why is that greyed out? I suppose because none of these is guaranteed to actually run, is it? So we do need to have a switch statement. So switch on projectile number. And let's go case 1. So if it's 1, status dot p1 unlocked is true, and at the moment we've only got 8, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And delete that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now there might be an easier way of doing this. But for now, this will work. So we'll call this from the objects themselves. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Crate holder, so that is going to have projectile trigger and not the barrel script. So remove the barrel script. And crate is number 2, so I'll put 2 into there. So that makes it a barrel, a crate. Projectile lock status. Okay, so that becomes that. So I can put as many as I want into here now without having it restricted by the script. Probably do the same with that barrel holder. Remove that component. Drag in that one. Drag in that. Set that as 3 for barrels. So that kind of simplifies that. And then these individually will have the script. Be right back, to switch the laptop, okie dokie. So the barrel script is going to be replaced with a projectile trigger script. That's trigger holder, so we'll make a projectile trigger. Now can we keep this from... Tell you what. If it's going to make Unity happy, we shall do this. So necessary. But it's good for debugging. So we need a projectile trigger. Just copy the text from there. Make a new script. Then we'll remove the barrel scripts because it becomes a universal. Then I can just drag onto any of the objects. Ah, damn it! I hit Control C instead. Projectile. I keep doing those kind of things. Trigger. That's the holder script. There's the trigger script. Awesome. Save and let's go to barrel because we basically want whatever barrel's doing. Made it finally! Hey Shane, how's it going? It's good to see you, dude. You get to see the work in progress. Changes I've made since I put that demo out is that it now has a window mode, and the UI resizes with the window. Because I've heard that previously, if it's not the right size, things in the window gets chopped off. So I fixed that in this test version. And added different sound options for different things. If it's wooden, it makes a wooden sound. I've not made sounds for the rest of the items yet, but we're getting there. Oh yes, I think this code would be fine. Yeah, the rest of this should be fine. The only thing I need to do is group holder. Rather than game object, I just put it straight as a projectile trigger holder. Nice, yeah, nice indeed. Yeah, it's just all the fun tweaking of it now. Like the one I'm working on here is in the demo, you've got those barrels in the corner, and if you hit the barrels, it unlocks barrels as an option for you to throw. But I want to do that for every item that you can throw. So this script here allows you to do that. It's probably more complicated than it needs to be, which is kind of goes through all these scripts on the side here. The basics of it, we have one parent that holds multiple items. If you hit any of those items, it triggers this script and then tells the parent that the player has hit one of the objects, unlock the designated object. So if I make that, rather than game object, let's make that projectile trigger holder, and that becomes a group. As group holder, so I can just go tipped, rather than tipped as true. Well, I could leave it as tipped as true, but I can go group holder dot set projectile unlocked, and that will, yeah, because I want it to be not tipped. Yeah, I'll leave that boolean in there. It's not going to hurt anything. So that just updates it and says it's unlocked. I don't have to worry about linking anything other than the holder. Nice. Okay. Let's go to the barrel. So barrel holders there. Fine. The barrel's now trigger object. Oh yes, it needs to have its own. Need to be itself. Trigger object tips. Yeah. Yes. 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 Let's remove the barrel script. Why can't I remove the barrel script? Yeah. Remove barrel script and then replace with trigger script. It's all good. Give it its parent holder. Drag itself into there. And that's it. That's far simpler. Now what I could do to make life easier is make these trigger barrels as a prefab. And I can just have multiples. Or is that something I'm never going to have to worry about because it's only going to be so many of them? Yeah, I'm not going to have to worry about that. It's making more... It's making me worry about things I don't need to worry about. So, remove barrel script, add trigger script, add parent, add self. Now I don't need. I know I don't have to actually add the self. I can script to say, well, what am I? But it just makes life easier if you just tell it who it is to start with. Remove components, add the trigger script, add the parent, add itself, next barrel, remove the barrel script, add the trigger script, add the parent, add itself, next barrel, remove the barrel script, add the trigger script, add the parent, add itself. Right. So that should now do the things correctly. So that just needs some objects in it. It doesn't even have to be the actual object you're unlocking. It just makes sense to the player that if you see barrels, you hit barrels, you expect to unlock barrels. You don't want to put a well there, for instance, and go, why hitting the well unlock this? But then it could be a secret thing, I suppose. There's options for it being secret in the future. Like that particular tree, hitting that tree could unlock the chicken. It's not a chicken, but hitting that particular tree might unlock the chicken. But I can do that. I've written the script that is universal now. So let's test that. Let's go to projectile unlock. Let's lock these projectiles again. Save that. So now I've made a change to that script. Let's see if it screams at me. Back, my brother from an English mother. Welcome back. Right, that's saved. Let's run the game. So we go to projectiles. Everything is locked apart from the default rock. Oh, it's not liking. Have I not assigned something? Cannot be null. Cannot be null. Okay. Sound effects. I've not put that in. Okay. There's always something I forget. Always something. That fountain should really be part of the castle objects. Let's move the fountain inside. Oh, no. Fountain into there. Cool. It's now part of the castle. Right. Sound effects. Needs to have the rock attributes. Otherwise it doesn't know what the sound of the rock is. take 2. Try again. For a rock. Didn't make a sound though. Oh, there you go. Right, projectiles, only the rock is available. Hit the barrel. Projectile, barrel is available. Select barrel. Fire barrel. Oh, there you go. Yeah, definitely need to edit that sound a little bit. I'll stick it into audio software and just pitch it down a bit. But that's work, so I've not broken anything. So let's open up the castle objects. So I'm happy with the barrel holder. This is quite nice. I can put that anywhere I want now. So crates. So the crate came from... I'll probably copy it from the rock, to be honest. Crate, it is crate wooden prop. There it is. Crate wooden prop. Let's put that inside the crate holder. So the crate holder, it doesn't need to be all the way up there. Probably more that the crate is up there, isn't it? No? Why is 0 up there? Much confused. Don't quite understand that. Because 0 shouldn't be that high up. There's no reason for 0 to be that high up. Ah, the whole thing's that high up. Why is the whole thing that high up? Is that the same on the other level? Yeah, let's load up the other scene. That's weird. I've got a crate in the scene anyway. Scenes level 1. Save that level. It is. So the ground plate is in the right place. That's at 0. Castle's in the right place. I don't know what's happened there. I'm probably too far into it now to actually worry too much. That's going to be annoying that it's not actually on 0, 0. Why is it all up there? Okay. But we'll put the crates in a selection down here. What's the time? Oh, it's nearly 11:15. Let's copy the done it again. Keep hitting Control C. Well, all those awesome emotes there. Right, there we go. Let's duplicate a couple of times. So we could even stack these if we wanted to. So when can you tell me when we can do the last session? Pretty sure I only need one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we only need the one. I'd like to do it tomorrow. I should be free all day, but I'm going to have to go and pick Nick's up to bring back here. So if I tell Nick's that we need to be back here by a certain time, then we can do that then. I should be able to send you a message before I go to sleep tonight, because I'll talk to Nick's in a few minutes. See what time we can work with. And I can tell you for sure. Cool. Yeah, because I'd like to help you if we get it finished as soon as possible. Because yeah, next weekend I'm busy. So if we can't do it this weekend, it means it's going to be 2 weeks. And I don't want to have to wait that long. Yeah, no rush. But yeah, I'll check with Nick. If we can't do it, we can't do it. But yeah, it depends what time you're available tomorrow. If it's like usual time, then yeah, we can aim for the usual kind of time, sort of. Work from that. Scripts. Usual time is fine. Cool. After lunch for you. Awesome. That works. Before my 4:30. Yeah. So that works for me as well. So it means we still have time to do things afterwards here, if we need to. Cool. And let's go to the next word and prop. I'm going to do this and I'm going to wrap the stream up. So I'll see if these crates do what I think they're going to do. Drag on the script, put the parent, put the self, next one, drag on the script, parent, and self. My cat is watching your mouse cursor. Ooh, where's it going, Kelly? What's your cat's name? Yeah, there's an Aussie. I seem to have a few cats that like watching my streams. Let's make sure we have that in there. Axel and Rose. Oh yeah, I remember now. Rose is the usually watching. Nice. Let's move these over to here. Let's save and see if we can get these crates working. Now the question is, did I actually give them a... They got a mesh collider. They haven't got... I didn't give them a... what should we call it? Rigid body. Need to have a rigid body on them. Rigid body. Rigid body. So a rigid body in Unity is just basically makes it tangible. Like it's affected by gravity. If it doesn't have a rigid body, it's just a static thing that doesn't move, isn't affected, it's just there. But we want these crates to behave as cubes with a weight and physics applied to them. Right. Yeah, let's give this a go. So otherwise I could hit them and they would still do their job. Oh, the barrel's still unlocked. Right, let's hit these. Whee, look at that. Fun, fun. And now the crate is an option. I love the built-in physics engine in Unity. So I could have a lot of fun things where I just stack stuff up and just let the player knock them down. I reckon I want to build something where you have to ricochet to hit things. Cool. Well, I'm happy that works. So I don't have to make these as prefabs. I can just set them up as I need them. So I just need to set these up for everything else as I need them, as really. So as I say, like certain things can be completely hidden, like the chicken. The chicken I would like to be moving. That's where the fun comes in. If the chicken's like running around and you can still hit it, then you unlock the chicken. That requires a bit more work. But the principle's there. The principle that I can have objects in a group, either singular or multiples, that when hit will unlock one of the projectiles. So that mechanic is there now. I don't have to worry about that. I just need to build around it, which is where I wanted to get to. That I build all the elements I need to just start making levels. But we have that. Things I still want to do is a medal system. So gold, silver, bronze, based on your time per level. So once I've made the system, I can then determine what I think or feel a gold medal time is, a silver medal time, a bronze medal time. I think that's typically that whatever times the dev gets, like the best time that dev can get would be gold, and then you probably add like a minute for silver and then another minute for bronze, or do like percentage pluses or something. I don't know. But yeah, that'd be quite cool. So I just need to make a graphic for the medals or find some online that haven't been stolen. But a medal system would be good. I would like to be able to save it. It'd be quite cool if you get a score and you'd like to save it, or save progression, like what level you've got to, what things you've unlocked. So I need to be able to store that, because I feel people are going to want to store their progress, especially if there's multiple levels. So that means there has to be a save option and a load option. So medal system, saving and loading. Is there any other core things that I need now? I need to adjust the audio levels, so that put the audio files into an editor, kind of balance them out, change the pitch of the wooden sounds, find different sound effects for the other objects. Is that it? That's probably about it, you know. For now, I can always think of more later. But yeah, so find medals, find audio samples for the other objects. I know Cubes mentioned on the other stream that having the sound effect of glass smashing when you hit any of the windows. So I could make a mechanic where I put a mask over any of the windows, and when you hit that mask, it overrides the sound effect with glass smashing, rather than the default sound of either the wood or the rock. Watching Dragon Ball in the meantime. Nice. Right, I feel I'm going to have to sort of wrap the stream up, because I'm starting to flag a bit now. So I need to get some rest, pretty sharpish. Give Nix a quick call. So yeah, I'll be back on Monday for another stream, and should hopefully chat to you tomorrow, Jaffrey, as far as finishing the art project. Now, yeah, I'll do some off-stream work for this. Thank you for the stream. Thank you, Lisa. It was epic. Awesome. Let's switch over to the main camera. See my face. Little smiles. We talk to you when I talk to you. Yeah, I'll send you a message in a little bit, Jeffrey, as far as timings. But yeah. Good night. Good night. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the follow earlier, Lorenzo. Much appreciate it. Thank you for being here as well, Shane. Good to see you. Have a good night, you two. And so yeah, back on Monday with Stardew Valley with the Saurus Rex, Cortic Gamori, and Nix's Crafts. Hope you all have a good night. Enjoy your weekend. And I shall see you then. Good night.